Hey everybody, Double B Billy Boudreaux, back here with another edition of WGS-TV, right here on the WGS YouTube channel. Joined along with Andy and Ashley, and we have Raw Roulette tonight. Now, one thing I was frowning on at first, because let me just say, this was a really good Raw. But I was frowning it at first, because we've had back-to-back-to-back gimmick Raws, and I was just getting a little tired of just seeing, you know, Raw. We had Raw Roulette, we had All-Star Raw, Stone Cold Raw. Yeah, my sentiments exactly.
Said tired.
But, however, this Raw Roulette was actually better than the past two Raws combined, in my opinion. Now, Stone Cold's one, it was still good, in a sense, but, you know, tonight's Raw Roulette kind of made up for the crap that was put on last week's Monday Night Raw. The power to the people. It was just, boring. But let's go ahead and start it off. And of course, we had the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, making his appearance. A lot of people knew that one of the main reasons he was there tonight, Ashley, was to probably put over his new outdoor show he's going to be having. I think it starts tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the hunting show on the Outdoor Channel, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And, well, as he was doing his promo, he had CM Punk come in and interrupted. He was followed by the tag team champions, Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga. And Andy, I think the only purpose that they had those two out there on this week's Monday Night Raw was simply to have Shawn Michaels kick him in the face.
Yeah, basically, it was just rub the salt in the wounds and not give him the time that he probably deserved with his program.
But of course, that never happened.
Yeah.
HBK super kicks both McGillicuddy and Otunga in the face, not Punk.
And then next up,
it also establishes Punk's mic work, because he did some very good stuff with Michaels in that opening promo. Basically playing on the fact, oh, hang on, you retired in the ring and you said you wouldn't come back, yet you're back. You know, you aren't by your word. How are you straight edge? Genius little thing there. And of course, it developed into something slightly larger later on. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, the next thing we see Booker T coming on the Titantron and saying that CM Punk was going to have his match. Well, I think it was the Raw Anonymous General Manager that said that CM Punk was going to have his match right now, and then Booker T spins the Raw Roulette wheel and he gets Mystery, the question mark, and it turns out his mystery opponent was going to be Kane. And I think after about 3 or 4 minutes of this match, we had CM Punk walk out and Kane win by countout, which was pretty much 5 minutes of my life I will never get back. But anyway, the matchup that we wanted to see last week actually happened this week. Ashley, Cara and Evan Bourne, and I must say, Ashley, Andy, guys, I was very impressed with what these two put out in the match tonight. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, this was the make-up match for the technical difficulties last week. Yeah, it was a very good one, though, I'd say.
Well, Andy,
because the match between Mason Ryan and, on reflection, that was very good as well. It was good to see the two athletic guys go at it. But now, you know, on second opinion, perhaps we were also treated to a good match last week as well. You know, clearly the voting was screwed up, because it would have been Cara chosen through. But Mason Ryan did put on a hell of a show, and you know, it was a shame he wasn't here this week, because he could have just interrupted and went, nom, 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 I'm eating you.
One thing I did like that they did announce during this match is the fact that, you know, they didn't make up a lie or a reason to, you know, cover up the fact that the voting servers crashed last week. They actually came out forward and admitted that the servers crashed and there were errors, and I thought it was a good move on their part. Andy, do you think that this match was good enough? You know, Sin Cara and Evan Bourne. I think it led up to it. You know, the hype to this match. You know, did it live up to the hype? that we were hoping? Because I thought it did.
I think it lived up to the hype, and it was nice to see that for once, Sin Cara didn't make any, that I saw, bodgies, which, unfortunately, every time he's been on Raw over the last couple of months, or month or so, he's either bodged up his entrance, he's bodged up his finish, he's bodged up manoeuvres in the ring, but it seemed faultless. It seems like they got their act together, and he did put up a good fight.
Could we blame that on Java? Just say it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what this match kind of had the feel, to me, guys, like a classic WCW cruiserweight match that would you see back in the day. That's the kind of feel it had to me, in my opinion.
Back cruiserweight title.
Next up, we had Kofi Kingston, who was supposed to spin the wheel. Then Vicky Guerrero comes in and spins the wheel for him, and it lands on player's choice. And then, ironically enough, you know, just to make up for the fact that, again, with Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler last week, again, more errors. You know, last week it was supposed to be Vicky Guerrero banned from ringside, and so player's choice, Kofi Kingston made that stipulation. And this match turned into, you know, last week's 2 out of 3 falls match, even though that wasn't the one that was supposed to be the matchup for these two, it still turned into a
makeup match, but...
Yeah, but the 2 out of 3 falls match, actually, it still turned into a really good match.
Oh yeah, no, look, it's Ziggler and Kingston. It's 2 guys who I wouldn't be surprised if you saw them facing each other at WrestleMania 29 or possibly 30.
If not
for
before.
one of the 2 major for one of the 2 major world titles in the company.
Now, maybe it was just me, Andy, but you know, after the great match they had last week, tonight's performance, it almost felt like a letdown in a sense, because that's the way I felt about it. You know.
Yeah, I don't think the match was very fluid. He didn't seem to flow very well at all. I don't know why. I don't know whether they both got injuries, but they didn't work to their normal ability, I don't think.
Next up, we had Alberto Del Rio, who was supposed to spin the wheel. Then Maurice does it, and then while Del Rio and Maurice are flirting with each other, Del Rio looks up and sees a match that was selected for him. It was a steel cage match. Now,
tell me, did you not spin that?
Now, for some reason, I kind of felt that Mark Henry was going to get involved in the match in a way. I didn't know how he was going to get involved, but you know. First off, Alberto Del Rio did win the match after Mark Henry ripped the cage door off the hinges and then threw it in the ring.
He did one better than Batista.
Yeah.
The match against Batista a few years back. See Botchamania, people, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
And then as Big Show was on the ring apron next to the cage, Mark Henry picks up the cage door and slams into the Big Show. The Big Show, you know, I think he was supposed to topple on the ring apron, but the cage did not hold him.
I'm not sure. It kind of looked a bit staged.
I noticed
that's what happens when you have a cage built rather than a cage lowered. It's going to be unsecure, so they probably made it like that on purpose.
I noticed, but I'd have to have another good look. But I'm sure when the Big Show was lying on the floor and the paramedics came out to him, that there was big, massive cable ties on the corner posts, which were holding the side of the cage together. If that's the case, then it was designed to break away by the looks of things, because normally they have them big metal straps holding the cage together. I noticed I think there was about 4 or 6 cable ties, black cable ties on each end, which were basically just holding that side of the cage together. It was either very shoddy of the guys that put the cage together, but I appreciate that they've got time constrictions with live television, or maybe it was designed to come apart at the seams, so to speak.
I think the only proper thing...
This and,
yes, I'll
more on Wednesday's radio show.
Yes, I'll go through I've got it on DVR, so I'll have a watch of it again.
But I think the only proper thing we can do right now, guys, is just speculate as to, you know, was it supposed to happen? Wasn't supposed to happen? Was it an accident? Because I also did look that Big Show had a lot of, you know, markings all over his shoulder and his arm area. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yeah.
That was probably when he got slammed into the cage.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It was the mesh. It was the mesh marking, certainly.
Next matchup was Kelly and Nikki Bella. Now, I know a lot of people, like me. I was hoping for a pillow fight, and I would give them anything to see an old-fashioned bra and panties match again on Monday Night Raw. But a lot of people were expecting the pillow fight to probably come up for a Divas match. That didn't happen. It was a submission match. I'm like, okay, Divas, submission wrestling, really? Anyway, Kelly.
Let's just say Trish Stratus was good at it, given her last match she won it with the sharpshooter.
Yeah, but anyway.
Well, that was back in '06, not the WrestleMania situation.
Well, my deal is, Ashley, when's the last time we saw Kelly or Nikki Bella or any proper diva do like submission style wrestling? Trish Stratus is the only one that I can think of.
Possibly Beth Phoenix.
Jazz probably too.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kelly put on a pretty good Boston Crab. I didn't think Nikki Bella would be that flexible, but god damn, that's all I can say. And I'm like, shoo. I'll give $1,000 for Kelly to do that to me. Anyway, as I've grossed everybody out who's watching this video and the guys on the video, I really liked the next segment in the back. It was Drew McIntyre and DDP. DDP was basically there to promote the very best of WCW Monday Nitro. This DVD right here. Oh, upside down. I feel stupid. Anyway, here it is. This DVD right here.
Shameless promo.
And it had Drew McIntyre come out, confront Booker T and DDP, saying that, if you guys don't leave here like you're supposed to, and within the next 10 minutes you're going to get hurt. Turns around and then eats another Sweet Chin Music right to the jaw from Shawn Michaels, which marks Sweet Chin Music number 3 on the night. And yes, I was counting. And during all this, the next matchup was decided, Alex Riley and Rey Mysterio teaming up to take on Jack Swagger and The Miz. A tornado tag team match came up. And all I can say is, not very often do we see a tornado tag team match in wrestling in general. I mean, I can't think of...
PG WWE, certainly.
Oh, yes. This was a good match, and I know one thing I think Rev Jake Slayer said during the show on Blog TV. I think it might have been either him or it might have been Nathan who brought it up. It seems like to me that Alex Riley is getting a big push in the WWE right now, and
oh no, it was me.
Oh, it was you?
The fact is, in the past 2 weeks he's had Christian, Orton, Cena, Rey Mysterio either against him or as his tag partner.
Well, he is showing something that the kid's got some talent, though.
Yeah, and adding him into the Money in the Bank match seems very interesting.
Yes, the
Shall
Raw...
I quickly run through that now?
Yes, go ahead and announce the Raw Money in the Bank participants.
All eight participants. I was going to say combatants, but apparently everybody apart from a certain individual are entertainers. Somebody's a wrestler. We'll get to that later. The 8 participants in the match are going to be Rey Mysterio, Alberto Del Rio, Kofi Kingston, Alex Riley, R-Truth, The Miz, Evan Bourne, and Jack Swagger.
That has the makings for a pretty good Money in the Bank match, in my opinion. But anyway, in the Tornado Tag match, Alex Riley hit the Impaler after the 619 from Rey Mysterio on Jack Swagger. Alex Riley hit the Impaler DDT, and then Rey Mysterio hit the Swan Dive Splash off the top rope, and they got the win. Main event time, it was decided, the turn of the roulette wheel from R-Truth, who's talking to Little Jimmy at the exact same time, and it's freaking Booker T out. I think it would freak anybody out. Anyway, it decided to be a tables match. And now what I found interesting is during this match, CM Punk ran in interference, and during that time, R-Truth decided to become a Black Goldberg or a Black Edge and spear John Cena through a table that was set up in the corner, thus R-Truth gaining the win. And then what followed after that was probably one of the I would have to say maybe a moment of the year for CM Punk is the shoot promo that he talked about. And what we're going to do is, we're not going to talk too much about it right now on this video, but we will make another video right after this one, you know, kind of elaborating more on what CM Punk said and did in this promo, because to be quite honestly, I think a lot of people have been marking out on what he said and he did, and so we're going to elaborate more on CM Punk's interview, or his segment rather, after this video is over. So with that being said, time to pick match of the night, and I'm going to have to go with Sin Cara and Evan Bourne. It did live up to the hype. It had the feel of a classic WCW Cruiserweight match, the kind of excitement that these kinds, like Sin Cara and Evan Bourne, those kind of, when you get these two kind of guys together, you know, they can put on just, you know, really exciting matches, pull off aerial stunts, like, you know, you can't see Jack Swagger doing a corkscrew or corkscrew backsplash or anything like that. But actually, you know, my pick for match of the night is Sin Cara and Evan Bourne.
For me, it's the tag match, actually.
Alex Riley, Rey Mysterio, Jack Swagger, and The Miz.
Yeah. Very good match. You know, The Miz is a talent which he's truly probably coming to the peak of his potential now. You know, the question is, when are they going to turn him face? Because he could work as a face, because he's been too long as a heel. It's like with John Cena. John Cena's been too long a face. People want to see him go heel. At this current moment in time, I think, given that Miz has been pretty much a heel for 4 years, he deserves to turn back to being a face in his singles competition anyway. Riley is proving to be a good talent. Mysterio had a good showing, as did Swagger, and hopefully that's a kind of highlight warm-up to what goes down in 20 nights' time, or 19 nights' time, or so many nights' time when you're ever watching this on the archive on YouTube, or in the past or the future, I don't know, to Money in the Bank.
Alright, Andy, what's your pick for match of the night?
I think I've got to go with Ashley. It was an entertaining match, and no, it was just an entertaining match. It was probably, to me, the match of the night anyway. The Sin Cara match would come a very close second, but I think The Miz sort of kept the match together, in my opinion.
Okay.
Remember, WWE is now entertainment.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm Double B reminding everybody that this Wednesday night on WGS Radio, blogtalkradio.com/WGS Radio, Rodney Mack, former ECW and WWE superstar Rodney Mack, will be on the show this Wednesday night. blogtalkradio.com/WGS Radio. Tune in. So with that being said, I'm Double B for Ashley and Andy. Thank you very much for watching.